My name's Daniel, and I'm a med student. I want to be a doctor, and I'm gay, and I'm Mormon, and those two things are really important to me. So I think whenever I talk to people about this, it's difficult to explain to them how integral both being gay and Mormon is, how both those things are important. My gay friends have a really hard time understanding why I still have faith. And my Mormon friends and family really have a hard time understanding what it's like to be gay, or why I even feel like that, or why I feel like it's important. I recently came out to a lot more people, to my family, and to a lot more friends that I hadn't even told. And it's been really eye-opening to see both how much love people have for me, and also how much misunderstanding there is. So growing up, right, I have 10 older siblings. I'm the youngest of 11, and which I love. I love my family so much. It's been so great, and I wouldn't trade my family for anything. But growing up, right, so I would see brother and sister after brother and sister get married and have kids, and I have like 45 nieces and nephews now, right? Like all my older siblings are married, and they all have at least 3 kids. And although my family has been great, and I haven't felt a lot of pressure, there's just an inherent expectation that I will do what they did. And it's really, really hard to feel like I can't meet that expectation. When I walk out of my room, whenever I'm at my parents' house, I walk out of my room, and the first thing I see are 10 large pictures of my siblings on their wedding days at temples, right? Every single one of them. And they're all in a row, right? And then there's this space for me, all ready to go. And my mom even has the frame, like it's not that it's up, but it's just like sitting there waiting for me. And like part of me laughs when I see that, but a large part of me just cries because I don't know if that'll ever happen for me. My faith is really important to me. I've had to kind of reconstruct it. I don't feel as strongly about some things in the church as I used to, but I realized that I can't and don't want to ever let the church go. It's too much a part of me. I love prayer. I believe in God. There's times where I haven't, but that's been consistent. And I believe there's something special in the church. I'm not going to turn around and throw all the spiritual experiences I've had out the window just because I have had, some different insights into my sexuality and maybe God's plan for me with that. Those things are special to me, and I'm not going to let them go. But as for what I'm going to do in the future, that's so hard to answer. I had an experience just a couple months ago. I went to Nauvoo and met some other gay Mormons there for a conference. And I live really close to Nauvoo, and so I'd never really done anything like that before, but it was so close. I was like, yeah, I'm going to go, I'm going to do it. So I went, and it was at a time when I was really struggling with my testimony, really, really struggling with knowing how to live my testimony when my sexuality was becoming more and more a real thing to me. But I went with the question in my heart. I just needed to know if God was real. That's all I needed to know. And as I went and talked with people in different circumstances, all on the spectrum of faith and sexuality, I really felt the Spirit strongly say that these people were good people and that God loved them and that God loved all of them, right? I mean, there were people there who were fully active in the church, and if they, if they were gay, maybe they were celibate, all the way to people in, committed same-sex relationships, right? And I just felt so strongly that God loved all of them, and that this issue of sexuality versus religion, that it's not an impossible thing to figure out. That there are so many people that have come to terms with it and feel a feeling of peace and joy in their path in life. And I was so grateful to meet those people because they gave me hope, right? That no matter what my choices are, and I guess I haven't decided all my choices yet, no matter what my choices are to do in life, that I can be okay and I can be happy. And for a gay Mormon who, like a lot of other gay Mormons, spends a lot of time kind of being depressed and not hopeful about the future because there doesn't seem like a lot of great options for you, that hope was what I needed. And it was really after that conference that I started really feeling like I could have a relationship with a man. And I know how weird that sounds. I mean, I know that even like a year ago, if I would have watched this video and heard me say that, I would have been like, oh my gosh, what's wrong with him? But I feel strongly that God is okay with me dating guys. And that's a hard thing still for me and for a lot of my family and friends. And I understand that. I've lived most of my life trying to be good for my family and for God. That's been so important to me. I mean, people look at my family and they say, you have a perfect family. Look, all of you are so great. You're all Eagle Scouts and you're all gone on missions and you're all married in the temple. Except, me, I'm the outlier, I guess, in that respect. And I've lived a lot of my life fitting into that space that I was supposed to fit in. And I've worried so much about that. I've realized that for me personally, that being completely in the church might not be the best answer for me in terms of finding complete peace and happiness. And that's been really hard because I realize in doing that, I'm causing a lot of pain to my family. And it's taken a lot of years for me to decide to put what I think is best for myself above what other people think is best for me. I hope that my family and those friends that have a hard time with choices that I make or other people make in regards to spirituality and sexuality, they will be understanding and patient. I realize that it's hard when someone you love makes choices that you don't agree with, because you love them and you want the best for them. And I just hope people will realize that this is so big that my feelings towards men is as integral to me as is my testimony of the gospel of Jesus Christ. And to ignore those feelings completely is not being authentic to myself and is just as damaging as throwing away all the spiritual experiences that I've had in my life. Both those things are important to me. So I just hope and I pray that everyone will be a little bit more loving, a little bit more understanding, and just try to understand what it's like when you have two parts of yourself that you love and that are so important to you, and you have to figure it out. Just try a little harder to love. Yeah. That's my advice.